Hello friends, welcome to my channel Azure with Pratik. So today we are going to learn how to use event-based trigger in Azure Data Factory. Okay. So what is Azure event-based trigger? Okay. So event-based trigger is enables a response to any event related to the blob storage. Okay. So like means if any file is uploaded or deleted in the blob storage, so event trigger will be hit automatically. Okay. So we are going to learn how to create this event based trigger. So I am on this Azure portal. Okay. Uh, so okay, so here there is a two containers. So I have created one input folder in at that. So we are going to upload one file, CSV file, in this input in folder one container input folder, and we have to move this file, copy this file into folder to output container here. Okay, with using of event based trigger. So So now we are going to direct to the ADF. So there is a no pipeline as pipelines are created. So we have to create a new one. Okay. So I'll take a one activity, copy activity. So I'll give a pipeline name, copy trigger PL. Okay. So in this copy activity, we have to select the source, like what kind of file we are using. So we are using CSV file. So for that, we have to create a one dataset here. So what file is in Gen2. So I'm selecting. So there is a various kind of options you can choose. CSV, Excel, JSON. So our file is in a CSV format. So I'm selecting here. So there is a data set properties here. I'm going to name data set input. Then you have to select a link service connection. So I'm going to select ADLS. I'm going to rename ADLS LS link service. So here you have to choose subscription, then storage account name. Server name is storage for project Gen2. Then below the parameters connection. Okay, so I'm going to test connection. So connection is successful, so I'm going to create link service. So after creating you will get an option like what kind of file path you have to select. Then so our file path is the folder one, then input folder. Okay, so I'm selecting this folder path. So I'm not giving the file name because our file name will fetch automatically so if you drop any file. After that, we are not importing any schema, so I'm selecting done. First as a header. Okay, so source is created, then we are going to sync. So I am going to select Gen2 where we are dropping our files, CSV files. Then I'll give a name DS output. Then link service is already created, so I'm selecting this one. Then the folder path. So we have to copy this file in folder 2, container folder 2 in outer folder. So we have selected this. Okay. Import schema none. Okay. Okay. So dataset level we are done. So I'll give information about how the event works. Okay. So event trigger is fired two values. Event based trigger, it will send the two attributes to the pipeline level. Like first attribute is a trigger body dot folder name, and second one is trigger body dot file name. So whenever this event trigger will hit, it will send the two attributes, the folder name and the file name, to the pipeline level. Okay. So the pipeline will take fetch these values and pass these values in the dataset parameters. So what kind of flow is there? So we can check here the first mm, trigger passes the file or folder path to the pipeline level, then the pipeline will send these values to the dataset level. Okay, so passing the values, the one option is there. We can use the parameter. Okay, by using the parameter, we can pass the values. So now first we have to create a dataset level parameters, then pipeline level parameters. Okay, so we are now going to create a dataset level parameters. For that, you have to come in activity, then you have to come in source, then you have to open the dataset here. Okay, so you can see here there is a no file name we have chosen in parameter. So I'm going to create a one parameter here. So parameter name will be file name. Okay, so we have to choose the parameter in this connection. Okay, so you can find the parameter here. So you have to choose here, and after that, so we have created the dataset level parameter here. Then I'm going to create a pipeline level parameter. So you can click anywhere outside the pipeline. Okay, so here you can find the one parameter. So I'm giving a one name, file name, pipeline. Okay, to understand this is a pipeline level parameter. Okay, so you will get the values from trigger, event based trigger, that file name. So you can take this file name in this parameter level. For that we have to select. Okay, for that you have to select this file name, and you can pass this file name pipeline level parameter values in the dataset parameter. Okay, so we have to select here the file name. Okay, you can see the file name pipeline parameters is showing here, so you can select here. Okay, below that you can see there is a file path. So we don't want a file path, so I'm using a wildcard file path here. I'm selected. Okay, okay, so dataset level and pipeline level parameters we are created. Now we have to create a new trigger, event based trigger. So I'm going to create a new trigger. So I'll give a name, event trigger. And then we have to select type. Our type is storage event. Then we have to select the subscription. Then storage account name. Then container layer. So our container is a folder one. Okay. Then there is an option like block path begins with. Means what kind of folder you are inside the container. So our folder is input. Here you can see with okay folder one. So there is a input folder is already there. So I have given input name. Then blob path ends it. Then like what kind of file is in blob we are going to upload. So my file is CSV file. So then there is a event. So there is a this event will work on two bases like event created, blob created or blob deleted. So I'm selecting blob created and blob deleted both also. Okay, so below that there is a start trigger, so I'm going to continue. Okay, in data preview we will fetch the value if there is file is any present in the blob, so it will fetch here automatically. If not, it will not show. So I'm going to continue. Okay, so as I previously said, the event trigger is fired to attributes like folder name and folder file name. So we have to give this value, this parameter value in this trigger. Okay, to pass the values, event trigger values in the pipeline level parameter. So I'll click on OK. Then you have to publish all. what kind of pipelines you have created. So you can see here is pipeline, copy, trigger, PL, data set here, triggers here. Okay, so I'm going to publish. Okay, so deploying, we have to wait. Okay, so in that time, I'll give you one explanation like there is a one Azure Event Grid options. So you have to select in your subscription uh, uh, resource provider, because if you want to run this event trigger, so we have to register one Azure event based Azure Event Grid options in our subscription. If you're not subscribed or registered, so our event will not work. So we have to take care about it. Okay. So our resource is published, then you have to, okay, then you can check the trigger here. So when trigger is started, then we are going to directly to our folder. So there is a folder one. Here we are going to input where we have to upload one file. So our file is wait. So this is abc.csv. We are going to upload here. Okay, the file is successfully uploaded. Then now wait for the Azure event to hit. For that you can check in the monitor tab. Okay, so you can check here the copy trigger PL. Our pipeline is going to be run now. So status in progress. Okay, so you have to wait sometimes. It may be it will get maybe 1 or 2 minutes to hit the event. So you have to wait. So you can also find the trigger runs. So our trigger will run. You can check here. Okay, event trigger. So you can find the attached pipelines here. You can check here. Hmm. So our copy pipeline is in process. Okay, so we can check here the copy trigger pipeline is the status is succeed means our file is copied into folder 2. So let's check. Mm, so this is a folder 2. Maybe the net is slow. So we are going to refresh it again here. Okay, then you have to go into folder 2, then output folder. Okay, here you can see the timestamp. The abc.csv file is copied successfully with using event based trigger. Okay, so we run a Azure Data Factory event based trigger, a pipeline, and successfully we copied one file, one folder to the other folder. Okay, if you liked my videos, please share, subscribe, like.